Hey guys, it is Doug here, aka Greater Less. We're going to be looking at a compilation of tips, tricks, and other helpful things that I've scoured the internet to find to make me and others better players at Rainbow Six Siege. This is obviously recent. Velvet Shell just came out. I've done a ton of research to see what could help, and I have in fact improved, so I want to share those with you. So just to kick this off with, I will obviously prerequisite. Having a good group of friends or players to play with will make you improve as well, but you don't want to be carried. You want to hold your own. It does help you improve your rank, and you can actually still win low tier, but you won't even get any points, or sometimes you'll get no points based on your performance. So this does help you out. Like I said, it does help people to have good people though. First thing we're going to look at is some operators. I have a lot of them unlocked, almost all of them in fact. But for what I'm going to teach you to make, that at least made me better, is we're going to look at Ash, for example, here, and her rifle. I usually use the RC4, a little bit more damage. I mean, the G3060 is a little more stable, but I prefer this. So we're going to look at the attachments. So I'm used to playing a lot of first-person shooters. I didn't use a lot of the ACOG sight on this game because I felt like, why would I need that? Like everything's really close quarters. I have actually been running the Hollow quite a bit just because I've been playing her a little bit more aggressively. But this is specifically for ACOG, because we're talking about like high gold or like high to diamond kind of level of play here. So this is what you want to do to get better. So generally, you need to run an ACOG. You can work a holographic too if that's your playstyle, totally fine. Or red dot. I personally really don't like reflex. I don't use it. It's usually always going to be the holographic or the ACOG for me. For barrels, I don't pretty much ever use a suppressor unless I'm playing a more stealthy and quick class, and if that's what I'm going for. But I always run Flash Hider. You should pretty much always be doing bursts. Even if you're full autoing, the first few bullets will get a benefit from Flash Hider anyways. So pretty much universally, you should run Flash Hider on almost everything unless you're trying to fit some of their playstyle. On console, more so than PC. Compensator can be a little bit more handy, especially if you're new to the game, just because you're going to hold the trigger way more frequently, and it does control your recoil and spread a little bit more. Obviously, muzzle brake's going to be great for any single shot rifle. Don't use it pretty much ever. And same with extended barrel. Like, it gives you to reach out and touch people a little bit farther, but just for what you're going to do, everything's mostly close quarters anyways. So I'm always running Flash Hider. You should never ever be running an underbarrel. Pretty much universally never. You're gonna get spotted, especially at high tier. People can see the laser dot and it'll give your position away, and they will shoot you. You wouldn't think, oh, what the laser gonna see? Well, they can, and you'll get murdered. So pretty much don't want to run that. Normally there is the other grip other than just vertical grip. It helps you ADS, which is aim down sight. I always run vertical grip, because it decreases your weapon's recoil, as it says. That's more so what you want. You're pretty much always going to be set up in a spot and aim down sights. Unless, again, you're playing that kind of playstyle. So usually, like, the other grip plus the silencer will run pretty well together because it's quick and you can ADS and get them a split second faster. And sometimes that's all it takes. But I'm usually always running vertical grip. So that's the setup. You usually want to have a couple of these set up on attackers for this specific thing that I'm teaching you. So, like, I have her set up, and I think Thermite I also have set up with the same kind of thing. Let's see here. Or I have no set apparently. Oh no, holographic. Yeah, I've been playing a little more aggressively, so I've had holographic, but we're going to throw the ACOG on here too. So, second thing you're going to want to do, this whole thing is to make you want to aim for headshots. That's all what endgame's about, pretty much. If body is all you got, then go for it, obviously, if you have the drop on somebody, but you want to go for those headshots. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go into your options. And this is for PC too, I'm sure it's pretty much the same thing. And then you want to go into gameplay, matchmaking preferences. So you want to go all the way down to terrace hunt. Bingo. Okay. So you want to follow the same kind of rules that I have set here. So, game mode preferences, obviously terrace hunt on. You want extraction off, protect off, and disarm off, and everything off except for plane. The plane I found is just the best one to choose from, based on, again, compilation of me researching for it. Plane tends to be the most consistent, and it's one stretch versus you having to go around a bunch of places. So you want this everything else off except for plane, and then everything else off other than plane and terrace hunt classic. That's what we want to do. Then we want to go to the play. Terrace hunt, lone wolf, hard. Hard's usually good because it makes people come at you a little bit more. You don't want realistic generally, because we're not looking to take 1,000 years to challenge anybody or challenge the NPCs. We're just looking for a little bit of a little tough, but also like I say, we're just going for those headshots. You just want to line those headshots up. So here's the part that people don't always like. You need to do this pretty frequently if you want to get good, and it's all about muscle memory. That's what we're creating here. So you really need to pay attention. Watch, like, if you can, watch yourself back at videos and see what you can improve on.
Eliminate the terrorists.
But this is all about getting headshots, and you need to usually do this even 30 minutes before, like in a warm-up before you even play, if you have the time, or even like an hour. I know that seems long, but it can really help, and you'll land those headshots way better. Not that I did there, but you want to line up those headshots as many as you can, whatever it takes. And don't worry about dying. Just try to get through quickly and shoot everyone in the dome. That's all that's what we're going for here, is to get that muscle memory built in to aim for those headshots. I play, like I said, I don't usually play with an ACOG still that frequently, just because I like the holographic side a lot more. Just my playstyle is a little more aggressive normally, so I'm usually in people's faces. So it's usually between those two for me. But this, like I say, you really want to get used to the ACOG, just because the zoom is a little bit more different, of course. Just want to go for those headshots, which I'm not getting at all because he crouched. But so after you've done this a few dozen times, usually you want to do it, like, if you can, daily. If not, that's totally fine. You want to do this at least once a day if you can help it, or even like 3 times a week. You'll notice a difference. The more you do it, or the longer you do it consistently. I mean, I wouldn't do it more than like a couple hours if you're really pushing it, but you'll notice consistency. You'll line up headshots way more frequently. And also try to keep your gun, no matter where you are, about midway. So then when you aim down, you're always looking at their head anyways. See, I died right there because I just got shot. But that's okay, because that's not what we're going for, survivability. We're just working on the headshots.
Eliminate all of the terrorists.
So the next thing you want to do, switch over to Thermite here. His gun shoots a little bit more steady. But the next thing you want to do, that I consider to be a little more tough on PC, is mess around with your sensitivity a bit. Especially once you start to get really good, you're gonna either notice if you're overshooting people, like say the O was a person and he was running across, or even I just saw him, and I start shooting, but then I go over where he is. Generally, that means there's something wrong with your sensitivity. Or same thing if you go to aim down sights at somebody and then you're shooting behind them the whole way, then you should tweak your sensitivity a bit. This goes just the same for PC, as I played this on PC as well. It's just a little bit more tough to tweak on PC than it is console. But then obviously, yeah, we want to jump to controls. Vertical sensitivity and horizontal sensitivity is what we want to do. Also, I have my dead zone turned down a bit on the right stick, because that's the one you use to aim with, which can help as well. At least I've noticed it helped me. Just because then you don't have to pull the stick so much for it to react. So generally you want that a little lower. The left stick is for moving. Definitely can turn it down a bit. I think 10 standard anyway, so I just have left it at that, and it seems to work fine for me. But yeah, it's just these guys you want to turn up or down figure out what's good for you. And you'll notice as you start to do this more, you're gonna need to tweak it more. But it's just refining your skill. That's all it takes. But yeah, with that, guys, let me know if you have any like tips or tricks you'd like to share with anybody else, or let me know if like I said anything you don't agree with and why. I always love good banter, talk about stuff. Maybe I missed something that you picked up on. That's awesome though. But thank you guys for watching. Give me a like if you like it, sub if you really like me, which I'd appreciate. Otherwise, you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one.